Good morning, Unity community. I'm your host, Shirley Thompson, and welcome to our gathering here at Unity in beautiful British Columbia on a rainy Sunday. We warmly welcome all people, all faiths, and all lifestyles. And today we stand upon the unceded ancestral lands of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh peoples, noble guardians of these lands since time immemorial. It's here that we gather to learn, grow, and celebrate our oneness with Spirit. If you're joining via Zoom or YouTube, welcome. And if you're wondering what Unity of Vancouver is all about, our mission is simple: to build personal and community well-being through universal spiritual teachings and practice. So let's get to it. Please join me in our opening invocation. All together now. There is one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. So today's Unity Daily Word is forgiveness. Forgiveness is my path to peace. Occasionally, I may decide that a transgression or mistake is simply unforgivable. However, when I maintain a spiritual perspective, I realize forgiveness is key to moving on from painful interactions and is an important part of my spiritual path. Releasing unforgiveness may be one of the hardest things I will do, but I trust there will be peace in my heart and clarity in my mind when I do it. Whether I struggle to forgive another or myself, I trust there is no judgment or condemnation in spirit. Whatever the error, the divine presence within can help me transcend it. There is no pain, no hurt that is greater or more enduring than God. This is the comfort and promise that helps me forgive and know lasting peace. Today, Reverend Sandra Campbell will be sharing insights into using the power of zeal, aka enthusiasm, as a spiritual tool and add more juice to our lives. So we're going to get ready for today's talk by consciously turning into this power with 5 powerful affirmations. If done with zeal, it will raise our collective vibration. So all together now. I embrace life with enthusiasm. I shine brightly with inspired energy. I celebrate life with all my heart. My zeal turns obstacles into opportunities. The joy in my life just keeps increasing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and so it is. And now it is my pleasure to welcome back live on the big screen Reverend Sandra Campbell. Reverend Sandra Campbell is the Associate Minister at Unity Temple on the Plaza in Kansas City. She is on the Unity World Headquarters Board of Directors, and she is a doctoral candidate at the Holos Seminary School. I don't know how she does it all. But let's put all that into plain language. Sandra is a force to be reckoned with. She's a force of nature. Her dedication to service and to unity principles is literally felt as a warm, loving energy by everyone who meets her. She joins us today from her home office in Lee's Summit, Missouri. Please join me in giving a warm, loving welcome to Reverend Sandra Campbell.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, Linda and Bill, and all of you who make this possible. I'm so grateful to be joining with all of you today. I feel like I'm at home when I'm at Unity of Vancouver, whether I'm there in person or even from my home office here in Lee Summit, just a stone's throw from Unity Village, Missouri.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossoms on the trees, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies are having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when the day is done, you know what I mean. And the old world is a new world and a bold world for me, for me. Stars when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. Oh, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. Yeah, it's a new dawn, new day, new life, and I'm feeling good. Oh, I'm feeling good. Well, yeah. Thank you very much.
Wow. Linda, you could sing to me all day long. Thank you. That was awesome. You and Bill, and just amazing. And I'm feeling good. I am. You brought Nina Simone back to life. I want to thank Shirley and Randy and Brian and all those working behind the scenes to make this happen all the way from Missouri to Canada. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Just a few years ago, we could do something like this maybe on the phone. How many of you remember teleconferences? I do. And now we can practically be in each other's presence from miles and miles away. So I just can't thank you enough. And that song, the initial song that Linda sang, is a tribute to my really good friend, Reverend Evan Coleman, who took the song Midnight Special and Bye Bye Love and combined it into a metaphysical song, Let the Holy Spirit Shine Its Light on You. And that's why I chose to speak today about light. We're studying the power of enthusiasm or zeal this month. And you remember that Charles Fillmore, if you've read anything about Charles Fillmore, Unity's co-founder, you probably remember reading where he said at the age of 94, I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm and spring forth to do with a mighty work, mighty strength to do that which ought to be done by me. And no matter what's going on in our lives, we have the choice to be enthusiastic. We have the choice to choose joy. We can choose joy even in the worst circumstances. And we know what's going on in our world right now, in our country in particular, and countries all over in the Middle East and everywhere. Sometimes it's hard to find that joy. You turn on the news and it seems like everything is terrible. It's awful. And your heart is breaking for those who are caught up in this turmoil. But there's always some element of joy. Scripture tells us that even in death, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And how does that happen? Because we choose joy, even in the darkest circumstances. So I appreciate these songs and blessings of light that you're bringing today. Now, you probably know by now the title of my talk is Don't Curb Your Enthusiasm. And you may remember the comedy show, the TV show that Larry David, the comedian, wrote and produced and acted in called Curb Your Enthusiasm, a parody on his comedic actions, and makes us think about when times are tough. Is that the time to be solemn and angry and resentful and regretful? Or is it time to find something light in our lives that will not only lift our spirits, but will lift the spirits of everyone whose lives touch ours? Even people who don't know us, when they see you walk into a grocery store and you have a smile on your face, you never know what that person you're smiling at may be going through. And yet a smile is contagious. And even if they're having a hard time, your smile can ignite the enthusiasm that they need. So if you don't do anything else or get anything else from this lesson today, please don't curb your enthusiasm. Go out and brighten up the world with your light. Now, this power of enthusiasm in the Unity's 12 powers, some of you may or may not know the 12 powers, but every month we have a power: January faith, February strength, March wisdom, April love, May power, June imagination, July understanding, August will, September order, October zeal or enthusiasm, November elimination or release, and December life. And each power has a disciple related to that power based on Charles and Myrtle Fillmore's studies of the 12 powers. And the disciple today, this month of October, for the power of zeal is Simon the Zealot. Now, where did that come from? Charles Fillmore looked at the various disciples and followers of the way, which was Jesus, after his crucifixion, and he looked at their characteristics, their personalities, and matched each disciple, each of the 12 major disciples that we know of, matched them to a power. Well, the zeal, the zealots were a radical group of people. They were always fighting for truth. They were always in battle to fight against negativity and evil. And when Simon was a radical and always ready to fight, but when he came across this man, Jesus, he learned a different way of acting out of his enthusiasm. And that's why he gets the name Simon the Zealot, because he comes from that zealot tribe. He encountered Jesus and he learned to damper his enthusiasm. He was enthusiastic in one way of thinking, but he learned how to be enthusiastic in truth. Well, zeal is an inward fire that urges us upward and onward. And Charles Fillmore said that the words to use is go forward. Every time I think of that, I think about when I was a teenager, a young teen, in my junior high school years, probably 11, 12, 13 years old. And I was a majorette. That was a real honor. I couldn't be a cheerleader because I couldn't jump as high. I couldn't do the splits. So I was a majorette. But there only certain ones got chosen, so I was really honored that I was chosen. Now, I could throw my baton up, but I couldn't catch it behind my back. I was a fast twirler, and I could march like the rest, but I couldn't raise my legs as high as some of them who were a lot more limber than me. So I often compared myself to Sharon or to Meredith and some of the others and said, well, I wish I could be more like them. I wish I could be a better majorette like them. And I learned years later that comparison is the thief of joy. A lot of my joy was gone because I felt like I couldn't be the majorette that they were. Until the whistle blew and the captain yelled, forward, march. And all of a sudden, My enthusiasm kicked in like a rocket booster, and I forgot all about comparing myself and just did my best. I had a big smile on my face, family there watching during the games as the majorettes would come out and lead the cheering squad and get everybody enthusiastic and excited about the game, whether we were winning or not. And then at halftime, we'd come out again. And that was so much fun because I lost that little self insecurity for just those times when I finally got up and marched, forgot about the little unselfishness or the little things that held me back, is what I really want to say, by comparing myself to others. So my talk is, don't curb your enthusiasm. Let your light shine, even if you aren't the best, even if you can't jump as high or run as fast or do the splits, even if you can't twirl the baton and catch it behind your back. It doesn't matter, because when you're enthusiastic about something, the light shines. This talk today comes from scripture. And in Unity, we believe we teach the Bible metaphysically, means beyond the literal interpretation. So it's not about a real light or a candle that you're holding to let your light shine. But Jesus, in the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew, the 5th chapter, the 14th through the 16th verses in this textbook we call the Bible, said, a town on a hill should not be hidden, neither should a lamp be lit and hidden under a basket. But it should be illuminated, set on a stand for all the world to see, to illuminate the world. And we know today there are dark places in our world that really need light. And guess who brings that light? You do, and I do. So today's lesson, Don't Curb Your Enthusiasm, is about that light. And it's about Halloween and the color vibration with the power. Each power has a color vibration, in case you haven't guessed, is orange. And who doesn't come alive when you see the color orange? When I walked into Unity Temple today, that's the first thing somebody said, "Oh, I love that orange on you." I would pass 2 or 3 people and they all commented about this orange suit that I have on, because it makes you feel alive. It makes you feel enthusiastic. It's a vibrant color. It's a color of energy. It's a color of enthusiasm and zeal. So I can't see all of you and I can't hear all of you, but I want you to say to your neighbor, I'm alive. I'm alert. I'm awake. I'm enthusiastic about life. Take a moment. Just turn to your neighbor and say, I'm alive. I'm alert. I'm awake. I'm enthusiastic about life. And even if you don't believe it right now, fake it till you make it. Because someone once said, if you act enthusiastic, you'll be enthusiastic. So no matter what other people may think, don't curb your enthusiasm. That's a gift. Let your light shine. This idea ties into Unity's principles, the 5 principles. One, that God is. There's one presence and one power active in the universe, God the good omnipotent, all-knowing, all-powerful, everywhere present. That God is in everyone and everything. And that means that good is in everyone and everything, because God is all good. But that doesn't mean we always act good. We have a choice. The 3rd principle, we choose the way we think, the way we feel, the way we act, what we believe. And when we create our experiences based on those choices. We co-create our experiences with our great creator through our minds. If I act enthusiastic, I can create enthusiasm even in the darkest places. The 4th principle is we align our heart mind with God mind through affirmative prayer and meditation. And that's why in Unity we have a practice of going into the silence during our services. And this is something we can practice anytime. And if you want a way to ignite your enthusiasm, go into the silence and then see how much more alive you feel when you come out. And then we live the truth we know. And we can't live any other truth than the one we know. And when we do, we make a difference. So I'm going to tell you this whole parable, this whole idea of these 5 principles in a story. Now, some of you may have heard this story before. The story is told of a master gardener. The master gardener, you know what I mean, the allness of God, a master gardener. And that master gardener represents one power and one presence in the universe and in our lives. The master gardener has a pumpkin patch, and the master gardener picks one of the most beautiful pumpkins, sometimes misshapen, but in the eyes of the master gardener, we're all perfect, divine perfection. So the gardener picks this pumpkin and cleans it off. Because by cleansing the pumpkin is now in the image and likeness of the perfection of God. Unity's second principle. And then the pumpkin, then the gardener says, there's something that needs to be done with this pumpkin. What can I do to bring out the light in this pumpkin? Well, first of all, the gardener cuts off the top of the pumpkin and then pulls out all the yucky stuff. Now, you'll see all that slimy stuff if you've ever taken the innards out of a pumpkin, maybe to make a pie or something, or just to decorate it for Halloween, which I'll get to in a minute. And then there are these seeds. Now, the gardener takes out the seeds. Those represent seeds of greatness that are being planted in that master garden for new growth, new ideas, new perfection, a next generation of the master gardener's creation, made in the image and likeness of the master gardener. Then the master gardener says, there's something missing. And the gardener carves out a face. And the gardener says, something needs to be done. It needs to be illuminated. So the gardener puts a light inside the pumpkin for all the world to see. Now, I don't see if you can tell the master crafts work of this particular gardener, but my son-in-law is an artist, and he is an excellent, today's his birthday. His name is James Middleton. He is an excellent pumpkin carver. So when I told him about my lesson, he carved this pumpkin. You'll see there's a bat here. There's a little pumpkin around the mouth. There's a man in the moon over here. But the most important thing is, this is a story about us. We're created in the image and likeness of the master gardener, the one God, the one power, and the one presence, active in the universe in our lives. And we may have, some of us may be misshapen in our minds. We may not be perfect. As a majorette story, we may not be able to jump high and twirl our batons and throw them behind our back and catch them. There are things we look at others can do and we can't do, but we are perfect just as we are. We're made in the image of God. And that same God has already taken the seeds of greatness and planted those seeds everywhere we go. When we let our light shine, we're spreading those seeds of greatness from within. And that light that God put in us, that light in the pumpkin when it turns into a jack-o'-lantern at the Halloween season, is the representative of the light that shines from within us all the time. No one can put your light out. No one can dim your light. It is an eternal flame that glows forever and enlightens the world, because the scripture says, do not put your light under a bushel. Don't hide your enthusiasm. Don't mask your enthusiasm. Don't curb your enthusiasm. Put that enthusiasm up high, because someone needs your light. So enthusiasm and joy are choices that we make. Again, we create our experiences by what we choose to think, what we feel, and what we believe. We create that inner light. We let that light shine out for all the world to see. So I want to ask you a couple of questions about, because somebody in the congregation today, somebody watching online, I know it. I'm not clairvoyant. I'm not one of these mystics who can read things. That's not, at least I don't know that I am. But I do know this. There's somebody who's been hiding your light. There's somebody who says, I'm not good enough, smart. This is something I would do, but I'm not good enough. This is something I could do, but I'm not smart enough. This is something I could have, but I'm not enough. What that means is you're hiding your light under a bushel. You're not letting your light shine. Marianne Williamson said, what are you afraid of? What's stopping you? And she put it in these words. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us. I want to say that again. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. You are a child of God, and your playing small does not benefit the world. Let that sink in for a minute. because some of you are hiding your light under a bushel. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. Not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence liberates others. I don't think anyone could have said it better than Jesus in the Sermon on the Mount in the book of Matthew, the 5th through the 7th chapters. This particular verses are in Matthew 5, verses 14 through 16. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on a stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. And where's the house? I'm not talking about your physical address. Everywhere you go, you enlighten everyone in the house. In the same way, Jesus says, let your light shine before others that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. And what does that mean? Growing up in the Baptist church, that meant a God that was anthropomorphic, up in the sky, looking down, going to punish me for every little thing. But in unity, in truth principles, in new thought, I understand that your glorifying your Father in heaven is your highest state of consciousness. When I rise to a level of higher consciousness, I give other people opportunities to rise as well. Because you know the old saying, a rising tide lifts all boats. So Jesus' teachings were about us being the light of the world, being our true self. In the first verse, when he first told that, he said, I am the light of the world, speaking for himself. But when you think about it, who is I am? Metaphysically, I am is our own identity, because that's why I can't say you am. I can only identify as I am. And you personally can identify as your higher state of consciousness, your Christ self. Your true self is your I am. So when I think about this, I think about Halloween, which, by the way, you all don't know me, but I really go crazy and like a little kid at Halloween. I have pumpkins everywhere. You can see some of them on my desk back here. I have pumpkins. I have animated figures. I scare people. I dress up in a witch's costume. I have a really loud cackle, which I'll share with you as I close, just to give you a little enthusiasm and getting ready for Halloween. So that verse is actually telling us to be the light. To be the light. Somebody needs your light. If it's nothing but a smile on your face and a friendly hello or a wave, that's part of your light. The daily word about forgiveness is about shining your light as well. When you let your light shine, when you do let your light shine, you feel the joy and enthusiasm down in your heart. You probably remember that song we sang as children. I have the joy, joy, joy down in my heart. Well, there was a verse that says, there is therefore not no condemnation down in my heart. Down in my heart, down in my heart. And there is therefore not no condemnation down in my heart. What that says is when I'm feeling enthusiastic and joyful, I can't help but feel grateful and forgiving and loving and compassionate to everyone. To everyone. So as I close, I'm going to give you a quote that I think really spells out exactly what it means to don't curb your enthusiasm and let your light shine. Howard Thurman said, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. So if that doesn't grab you, how about this as I close? Happy Halloween. Don't curb your enthusiasm. Let your light shine. God bless.
Another year rolls around before you know it, it's gone. Wake up in the morning, it's the same old song, but you don't sit around, child, till you're buried in the mire. You gotta keep striking matches. Whoa, keep lighting that fire. Well, you're stopped in your tracks and you're getting upset. Room's full of smoke and the wood's all wet. But you don't sit around, child, till the wood gets drier. No, you don't. Ooh, you gotta pour some diesel on it. Whoa, keep lighting that fire. You've been hiding out so long. You better get up, jumping jack. You've been hiding out so long. People are gonna wonder if you're dead or alive. Well, it feels like years since you've really been amazed. Nothing's gonna happen if you don't feel the flame. You know you're gonna get a flat, child, if you don't change your tire. You gotta keep striking matches. Whoa, keep lighting that fire. You've been hiding out so long. You better get up, jumping jack. You keep a hiding out so long. People are gonna wonder if you're dead or alive. Another year rolls around. Before you know it, it's gone. You wake up in the morning, it's the same old song. But you don't sit around, child, till you're buried in the mire. You gotta keep striking matches. Would keep lighting that fire. Would keep lighting that fire. Would keep lighting that fire. Keep lighting that fire. Keep lighting that fire. Keep lighting that fire. Ha! Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Linda and Bill. You do know how to let your light shine. No question. And Sandra, thank you so much for those your practical and relatable talk. Let's all remember today to let our light shine. Now, here are some of the great events we have coming up for you. Woodstock night tickets are now on sale on Eventbrite and are selling quickly. Come out for an evening devoted to the music that defined a generation, my generation. Woodstock night will be on Friday, November 7th, starting at 7:30 p.m., and tickets are just $30, and they're available on Eventbrite and the unityofvancouver.org website. And if you're going to Woodstock night, when your next Unity email comes, be sure to click the Facebook button and click on Going. It's a great way to show your friends the great entertainment we have at Unity, and it can really help us. And we have this amazing poster that somebody designed that if you are going to another organization, it could be a group, doctor's office even, well, they don't have that many people there that would be coming, but anyway, anywhere you can think of that you can put up a poster so we can get this place filled and just shaking up the rafters for Woodstock night. Linda is going to be one of the musicians at Woodstock night too. And do you have challenges you'd like to have happen in your life? If so, check out this Sunday's mastermind groups. It's a great way to experience the power of unity prayer. Our weekly mastermind meetings happen every Sunday downstairs in the meditation room at 10 o'clock. And our Course in Miracles study group is live here in the center every Tuesday from 12:30 to 2:30. And finally, we're excited to announce the return of our Reflective Roundtable program starting today after the service. Reflective Roundtable is a welcoming space where you get to share your experiences of today's service while practicing reverential listening and learn from the sharing of others. Valuable skills you'll learn when you join us. It's a great way to join with others and quicken your spiritual growth. So please join us on the lower level after the service today and take part in a meaningful conversation. And our facilitators are Shirley and Jim Vollett. If you could stand so people could see you. Thank you, Shirley and Jim. Today's affirmative prayer chaplains are Barb Richards, Mike Richards, Car Roman, and on Zoom, Marina Marcos, who will also offer prayers in Spanish. So could you please stand so everybody can see who you are? And our wonderful prayer chaplains will be over here after the service, and they would be honored to pray with you, and everything is in the strictest of confidence. So don't forget to join us for tea, coffee, cookies, and conversations downstairs after the service. And be sure to join us next week as we welcome Maitri, and where we will tap into and build both unity within and without. And now, as we bring our gathering to a close, please stand. Let us say our prayer for protection, followed by our peace song. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And Bill is very enthusiastic.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Family are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with
If you're on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us. We send you our love and look forward to seeing you next week. If you're on Zoom and want to pray confidentially with a prayer chaplain in a private room, please accept your breakout invitation, which will pop up on your screen shortly. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you all next week, and God bless.